Hey, what's up, everybody? We're going to be getting started here very soon. We're just waiting for people to get in. It takes a while for YouTube to send out notifications, so that's why we have a little dancey time and a little chat time. So if you would like to, please participate in the chat. Um, and yeah, we shall get started soon here. Thank you all so much for coming. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for coming to the live stream. We are still waiting for people to get in. So if you have not hit the like button already, please do so right now. And participate in the chat if you would like to. Once again, we're just waiting for people to get notifications and get in here. Get on in here for the live stream. Anyways, for a fun exercise, please comment your favorite color in emojis. Alright, what do you think? Should we get the show on the road? Should we get her going? Should we get her done? Let's get the demon faces in the chat, please. Alright, and 3, and 2, and 1, and big face, and... Ooh, why is that so sideways? Hello, everybody. My name is Jan Erickson, and this is my YouTube channel called Mindful Monad. I am Hyperian, and I talk about whatever the hell I want to. And tonight is Worldview Wednesday, in which we take a look at things that are going on in the world, or just worldview stuff in general, or just kind of political type of stuff. So tonight we are going to continue on from what we were talking about last week. Last week we were talking about why billionaires are just bad in general. Like, is there such thing as a good ethical billionaire? And the short answer is no. But we dive into it in the last live stream, so check that out if you haven't seen it. Otherwise, we're going to continue on. We're going to catch up with Elon Musk's trial going on with Tesla. I'm really curious as to what's going on with that. I've been in and out with that. And then I think at the very end, I want to talk about what Mr. Beast has been doing lately, because it's been really interesting. The type of systematic problems being revealed lately with his last video, in which he provided a lot of medical service to people, not himself, but like so he provided a lot of medical finances to people to get surgeries that would allow them to see where they were normally blind, and it raised a lot of controversy as to, like, why are we relying on YouTubers to raise medical bills and pay for medical bills? What's wrong with the system where YouTubers have to do that? But people aren't exactly having that conversation. We'll get into that more, though. So, before we get started, I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat. I want to give a preemptive shout out to everybody who does super chats or becomes a member, things like that. I see Heretical Response just became a member. Sorry, my voice is changing, straight up. So it gets really dry and like squeaky, and then I have to like clear it, and then there you go. Anyways, so thank you so much, Heretical Response, for becoming a member. Welcome, welcome. And I see that... Who was it? Somebody gifted a membership. Renaissance Fairy. That's what I was going to say, but I wanted to be sure. Thank you so much, Renaissance Fairy, for gifting a membership. That's very sweet of you. And I see Mark Vanderpool was gifted the membership. Mark Vanderpool is one of my moderators. Speaking of which, moderators in the house. Mark. I see Cassie. I see Philip. And Susan, hello. So pretty much all the moderators are in the house. Hello. Good to see all of you. Thank you so much for stopping by, even if it's brief. Our moderators help keep our chat room engaging and safe. Or they just lurk and be creepy. Either way. Anyways, alright. Saying hello, saying hello. I see Pooks. Good to see you. I see Pooks. I see Imaginista. Renaissance Fairy, hello. Heretical Response. Brienne, good to see you. Stoic Jeff, thank you for coming. Melinda Mayhem, good to see you. Rebecca, thank you for coming. Tyler, thank you for coming. Laura LaFleur, always a pleasure. Let's see. Did I say Stoic Jeff? I'm unsure. Anyways. If you haven't already, please like the channel, please like the live stream. This is the best way to help me out. Super chats, memberships, things like that. Those are also helpful, but they're not required. They're not necessary. If you want to do that, that's great. I appreciate it, but it's also really important to, sort of like the live streams and share it. That's what really helps me out. So there's many ways to support, no matter what situation you're in. That's so cool. There's so many people here. Can we get 25 likes? If we got 30 likes tonight, that would be great. Just resituating my microphone. It's still hard to function with my stupid finger. Yes, beware of Philip and his BS meter. That shit is sharp. It cuts! Ah! Oh, it's sharp. What's the tarot of the day? Oh. I haven't changed it. Okay. I'm going to do this behind my head. So you all know that I'm not knowing what card is next. I'm just like randomly shuffling it, pulling it out from the middle. Kind of dropping it. Oh, there we go. All right. And without me looking at it, it's this. Alright, that's the tarot. The tarot. Alright. Should we get started on our subject? Let's go to the view WAN. Not a completely terrible card. Wait a minute. You couldn't see? It's right here. Whoop. Well, I guess... Is that... Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, people, is the new tarot. Tarot of the moment. Seven of Wands. Whatever that means to you, look into it. Remember, this is not telling your fortune. Your subconscious will tell you what this means to you. So whatever the Seven of Wands will mean to you subconsciously, psychologically, that is your homework, let's say, for the week. Or until next live stream on Friday. And who knows, perhaps the reverse of that is really what you need to pay attention to. It's hard to get into, like, straight ups and reverses to me, because, like, I feel like it depends on the situation and what you're thinking. Like, in some cases, it's, like, automatically the reverse situations, and then in some other times, it's like, well, no, it's as it means right up. Anyways. That's a crazy song. Honestly, that was a lot going on. Oh, okay. My ears are kind of like, what did we just hear? Yes, there is a big old join button. Okay, let's see. Elon Musk's Tesla tweet trial delves into the investor damages. Now, if you haven't been in on this subject before, just so you know, Elon Musk decided to tweet about business decisions on Twitter, of course, tweeting on Twitter, in 2018. And he did so in such a way where it caused people to make an abrupt decision about their stock investments, and a lot of people lost money. So now there's being a trial held about this whole situation that's attempting to hold Elon Musk accountable for the losses that investors have received, investor damages. Now, I don't care about these investors and stuff. Most of them are rich elite themselves. But I'm curious as to where this trial is going and what stage it is at now. Ow! You'll have to excuse me. I, have a cramp in my leg from running today. Alright. San Francisco. An Elon Musk tweet declaring he had the financial... Again, I need to... Okay, hold on. I need to make the text bigger so I can actually see what I'm reading. Okay, that's good. And then we're going to make that a little wider. Also, by the way, say goodbye to this microphone right here before me. This microphone setup I have, it's like all taped together and everything. It's like really rackety and it's very hissy. It's like psst, you can hear like a fan in the back that doesn't exist. Anyways, it's going to retire tomorrow. So sorry. Goodbye. You've served me well for 10 years, actually. So I have a new setup revising. A new setup revising? No. A new setup arriving, so that's going to be good. Hello, Morg. I just saw you come in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. And Tyler. Tyler, did I say hi to you? I thought I did. If I did, pretend I'm doing it new just now. Anyways, so, catching up on the trial of Elon Musk, putzing around with business decisions on Twitter, of all things. I'm sorry. You don't really have to be anybody super invested in business practices or somebody who is like, I don't know, got a business degree to know that you probably shouldn't talk about really important business shit on Twitter, of all things. Honestly, most of the time, no. Actually, all of the time, I'm really appalled when politicians take to Twitter to talk about things. It's like, is that adults? Is that what you're supposed to do? Like, am I out of line here for thinking that? Am I just being, I don't know. Is ageist the thing? I don't know what it is about Twitter and like talking about really important worldwide events, important news, or like important business deals, things like that, like adult stuff. I don't know what it is about humanity thinking like it's a great idea to talk about it there on that platform. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Let me know in the chat. Anyways, San Francisco. An Elon Musk tweet declaring he had the financing to take Tesla private in 2018 caused billions of dollars in investor damages after the deal collapsed, according to estimates presented Tuesday at the trial examining the haphazard handling of the buyout proposal. The mind-bending estimates laid out by two experts hired by attorneys representing Tesla hellholders. Hellholders is right. I just made a funny. That's hilarious. Shareholders. Sorry, I'm making myself laugh. Sorry. All right. Hold it together. All right, let me start the sentence over. Okay. The mind bending estimates laid out by two experts hired by attorneys representing Tesla shareholders underscored the challenges facing a nine-person jury as the 3-week trial winds down this week. U.S. District Judge Edward Chen expects to turn the case over to the jury Friday. Depending on the verdict, Musk and the electric automaker that he runs could be facing more financial fallout for his unpredictable behavior on the Twitter platform, which he now owns. Without acknowledging any wrongdoing, Musk and Tesla reached a $40 million settlement with securities regulators after Musk's troublesome tweets in August of 2018. A settlement. Interesting. In this words, Jan. In this class action lawsuit on behalf of Tesla's shareholders, the jurors must first determine whether two tweets that Musk abruptly posted on August 7th, 2018 steered Tesla investors in the wrong direction. If the jury decides to hold Musk accountable for the tweets that Chen has already deemed falsehoods, they will face what may be an even more formidable task, trying to calculate how much Musk, one of the world's richest people, and Tesla would have to pay for the misleading tweets. They should, the filthy bastards. They got enough money. One of Tuesday's two experts, economist Michael Hartzmark, reviewed a report peppered with terms such as but for and consequential inflation. That made a case for calculating the damages suffered by Tesla shareholders during a 10-day period in August 2018 at anywhere from 4 billion to 11 billion, or 22.55 to 66.67 per Tesla share at the time. Another expert, University of Maryland finance professor Stephen Heston, reviewed an even denser report analyzing the impact of Musk's tweet on more than 2,000 types of Tesla stock options, drawing largely upon a formula known as the Black-Scholes model, widely used by companies to value executive compensation packages. When pressed by a Musk lawyer about the reliability of his model, Heston acknowledged all models deviate from reality, which is why they are models. Interesting. Heston, who said he was paid $300,000 to $350,000 for his works in the case, demurred. What is that word? Vocabulary is not my thing, so I have no shame in looking up words and what they mean. Like, I literally don't even care. Demurred. Past tense. Demurred. I don't like the way this sounds. Well, at least I'm pronouncing it right, but it's gotta be like Frenchy, right? Demure. Raise doubts or objections or show reluctance. Okay, so demurred. You're demurred. You're very reluctant that that's true. You've got a lot of doubts and objections. Like, you're demurred. Ugh, I am demurred. I like that, actually. See, kids, this is why you take the time to look up words, because you just might find that you really enjoy it. Why does that sound like some lame after-school learning special? No, it's true. Like, I love words. What's another one of my, like, super favorite words? Oh, it's perplexed. I love the word perplexed because it's not just like one thing. I mean, it's kind of like you're confused, but it's more specifically confused and worried. You're perplexed, like you're confused, most importantly, but you're also very worried about the situation, and I don't know why that's so amusing to me. So that's why I really love the word perplexed. Perplexed, you're confused and super worried. Anyways, Rebecca, thank you so much for becoming a member. Yeah, we got so many like cool new members here in the chat. Why don't we do like a little like emoji party? Let's see, for everyone. Let's do some disco balls and some roses. I like that. Disco balls and roses. Pink roses, disco balls. Just throwing flowers everywhere, disco balls everywhere, dance, dance, party, party. Disco balls and flowers for all our new members right now. Yay, yay, yay. Yay. Fabulous, fabulous. Disco, disco, roses. And scene. Okay. Demurred. Alright. Heston demurred on trying to make a concrete estimate on the investor damages, saying that was a job for the jurors. Okay, interesting. So, the jurors, that's their responsibility to make the concrete estimate on investor damages. The crux of the case hinges on an August 7, 2008 tweet in which Musk declared funding secured to take Tesla private. Musk abruptly posted the tweet minutes before boarding his private jet after being alerted that the Financial Times was about to publish a story that Saudi Arabia's public investment fund had spent about $2 billion buying a 5% stake in Tesla to diversify its interests beyond oil, according to his testimony. Amid widespread confusion about whether Musk's Twitter account had been hacked or he was joking, Musk followed up a few hours later with another tweet suggesting a deal was imminent. It was not. Anyways, during roughly 8 hours of sworn testimony, Musk repeatedly insisted he was looking after shareholders' best interest and believed he had a financing commitment from the Saudi fund that was recant after his funding secured tweet. Musk also testified that he could have still pulled off the buyout by raising money from other investors and selling some of his stock in SpaceX, a rocket ship maker that he founded. That is just honestly absolutely useless if you ask me. Personal opinion time. It's my opinion. It's my opinion. Anyways. After consulting with Tesla's major shareholders, Musk decided the electric automaker should remain publicly traded, a decision that has paid off for him and other investors. Tesla shares are now worth more than 8 times what they were at the time of Musk's buyout tweet after adjusting for 2 stock splits that have occurred since then. Boy, I bet everybody who dumped their stocks right then and there sure feel like asses. If only some shit-ass pissant rich kid didn't make some stupid tweets, then they would have kept their stocks and made significant amounts of money. So how much did they lose in the meantime? Oh, what is this? What? Oh my god. These spammy ass ads are so weird. Like, what are we looking at? If you eat oatmeal every day, this is what happens. You become translucent, skinny, inside translucent, like large. What's going on? And monarch butterflies. Alright, anyways. So I guess the trial is at the part now where they're trying to actually calculate how, at least this is what I'm reading from it, because I feel like a lot of this is just a recap on what actually happened. It's just Musk making some tweets that affected the decision-making process that shareholders had. They lost out on a lot of money, and they're now trying to compensate for that price. The problem for me overall, because there's this, I want to word this right, because I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, because ultimately there are billionaires here. They're very upsetting. It's easy to be upset. But it's the billionaires' fault. They're billionaires. Anyways. Elon Musk, with as much responsibility as he has, should not be fucking around on Twitter. Point blank. The fact that he's bought it, essentially running it to the ground, fudging that up, having to backtrack, like, sick backpedal, dude. and appointing other people to try and fix it. I don't even know what's going on with his situation with Twitter at the moment. I know he's doing this other political garb over here, which is, let's see. Bam, 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 bam. And this was just posted a couple of days ago. This is what he's doing recently. Mr. Musk goes to Washington. Elon Musk, the billionaire owner of Twitter, met with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, stoking speculation about what the two had discussed. Oh, fancy. What did the fancy dicks discuss there in the Capitol? Elon Musk showed up in Washington yesterday to meet with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, setting off speculation about what the billionaire CEO of Twitter, Tesla, and SpaceX was up to. Who cares? Well, I guess us. We're making a live stream on it. Anyways, moving along. Happy birthday, Mr. Speaker. Mr. McCarthy, a California Republican, was tight-lipped when he spoke to reporters after their conversation, saying only that they were old friends and Mr. Musk had come to offer his best wishes to Mr. McCarthy's 58th birthday. Isn't that special? Aren't we just touched? But Mr. Musk indicated that the visit was all about business. Super business. And that it included a chat with the top House Democrat Hakeem Jeffries of New York. Just met with Speaker McCarthy and Representative Jeffries to discuss ensuring that this platform is fair to both parties. Oh, I cannot even fucking finish that. That is laughable to say the least. What do you mean? What do you mean that you want to... What does Elon Musk mean that he wants to keep the platform fair for both parties? I'm sorry. The whole point of Elon Musk buying Twitter was to own the libs. To fucking own the fucking wokies. Like... That was his whole point. Like, he was bringing comedy back, like bringing free speech back and now he's suddenly concerned and taking a political stance and trying to like meet with representatives and like, well, is this fair? Is this justified? I don't know. Like, he is a man-child. Straight up. Anyways. Oh my god. Mr. Musk tweeted, though he reportedly didn't have a scheduled meeting with the Democrat and met him in passing in Mr. McCarthy's office. Okay, well, that sounds more like it. Mr. Musk and Mr. McCarthy go way back. The Twitter boss supported the Republican in his drawn-out bid to become Speaker this month and spoke at a GOP retreat that Mr. McCarthy hosted in Wyoming last summer. Mr. McCarthy has stood up for Mr. Musk, too, telling the Biden administration to stop picking on him after he bought Twitter. Oh my god. Because, oh my god, Elon Musk is like the last thing this world and humanity as a whole needs to worry about is if Elon Musk is picked on or not. Like, speechless. I'm speechless. I have no words. Anyways. One of Mr. McCarthy's first moves as a speaker was to form a new panel on the supposed weaponization of the government to invest President Biden's efforts to pressure social media platforms. The decision was partly inspired by the so-called Twitter files, internal documents Mr. Musk released to a few independent journalists. Including some about the company's handling of reporting on Hunter Biden ahead of the 2020 presidential election when Jack Dorsey was running the company. Wow, things are getting spicy. Elon Musk is, Oh, I mean, Mr. McCarthy, trying to bring the tea here. Anyways, the House is investigating Twitter. The Oversight Committee is planning a hearing on the Hunter Biden issue. Conservatives contend that the Twitter files are an example of a wider campaign by the left to suppress unfavorable information on social media and smoother voices on the right. Or smother voices on the right. Mr. Musk, a self proclaimed free speech absolutist, has vowed to rectify this now that he owns the company. Well, isn't that a really roundabout way to be like, I'm going to make sure that people can be racist on Twitter? That's what's happening right there, folks. There's no there's if the right is feeling smothered by what they're saying, because I mean we could go on for ever about what they're saying. I mean, there's a problem here. Anyways, a lot of things I align with are more left, but I don't see much of oppression within the right side. I see a lot of just preservation as it is conservatism, a lot of Judeo-Christian type of shit, a lot of capitalism. Um, I don't know. There's a lot to unpack here. I might have to I might have to make this. I might have to talk about this a bit on the next video I make. The last one I did was about tarot cards. I might have to get into this on my next video. I think I am. Let's get political. Let's do it, okay? Free speech and politics. Let's do it, folks. Oh, it's gonna be hot. Hot like butter. It's gonna melt like butter. This whole channel I've made is gonna melt like butter. Probably. Uh. Mr. Musk isn't the only ally the speaker has spoken up for. Mr. McCarthy tried to use his position to push the company to reinstate the other personal account of Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene-ass bitch. Oops. Of Georgia after she was kicked off the platform last year for violating its coronavirus misinformation policy. Now, I protest. I doth protest because Marjorie Taylor Greene wasn't just protesting the coronavirus proper information. She was straight up protesting reason altogether. She should be burned at the stake. Goodbye. Anyways, the revelation prompted the blog Tech Dirt to ask, where are the Twitter files for Mr. McCarthy? Mr. Musk's mission to build out a fair platform comes as the company is still facing blowback from his leadership. More than 500 advertisers have reportedly paused spending money on him, altogether. Since he took over, with ad revenue down about 40%. That's a big chunk, on concerns about content moderation. Ooh, sorry. Ooh, sorry again. That was it. I think that was it. I think that was the end. I don't know. Okay, so Elon Musk invested in Twitter like in this whole like grand mission of freedom of speech, and now he's putting on this show as if he's delegating some I don't charitability to both parties of politics. But honestly, that's not how things are going down. Okay, Twitter is just putty in his hands. Unfortunately, a lot of people rely on Twitter for basic news and content, especially when it comes to politics and stuff. They like to see what politicians are tweeting, like right off the bat. It's really concerning, like when Elon Musk just comes in and just grabs it. Also, after just using it to pretty much affect his own company in a very bad way, of which he's now under trial for, and now this is going down where he's meeting politicians or whatever, or just anything political in the name of free speech, trying to establish that for both parties is completely laughable. In the case of meritocracy, unfortunately, meritocracy is something that I wish could be done in a pure way as it should be done. But unfortunately, meritocracy as the world knows it is kind of tainted. I mean, it's pretty much a word that the rich elite use for themselves. So, in their eyes, it is a very meritorious act to exercise spending their money in the way that they do, such as Elon Musk. That's not real merit. A lot of people see Elon Musk as a very meritable person. Not so much, but as I said, meritocracy, unfortunately, is not viewed upon by the world in general as the pure version of it should be seen. It's a bit tainted. So you know what? Whoops. Just crumple that up, throw it behind my shoulder. I don't give a shit. I'm curious about the bigger picture. Mark says true. A corporation does not have to specifically avoid suppressing free speech. An online platform that's privately held is not a real public space. It's not. And that is here. Thank you, Mark. And I literally, not literally, like, I don't actually do that, but in my mind, I am ripping my hair out every time people complain about free speech on platforms such as Facebook or Twitter or even here on YouTube, things like that. These are private platforms. They're private platforms. This is not the town square. It's not the town square, honey. There's no bell ringer here. There's no guillotines. Settle it down. Like this is not where that's happening. This is not the case. Unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff here on YouTube, me as a YouTuber, that I would like to talk about, that I would like to get way more heavy into, that I can't because I have to choose how I word things. At this point, actually, there's even been amendments, and I have to be careful how much I swear. And I love to swear. I love to swear like a sailor, and I can't because of YouTube, because it's a private platform. And Elon Musk buying Twitter, it's the same thing. It's a private platform, and he's saying he's doing it in the name of free speech. Twitter was running it as a private platform, and people were able to say things within guidelines as they wanted anyways. Elon Musk's idea of free speech is just essentially the right side being able to be as racist and misogynistic and bigoted as they want to be. Point blank. Point blank. Point blank. Let's see. Just some reminder of some terrible things that Elon Musk has done. Let's see. My throat hurts. I'm kind of sick of reading. I was kind of going into this, but I noticed that Renaissance Fairy did share this in our Discord server. I have actually not seen the Humanist Report, so I have no idea like how compatible this is, but I'm very like curious. And this was posted a month ago, so this should be still very relevant. And the title of it is Capitalists Have Brainwashed Americans into Accepting Their Orwellian Version of Freedom. I am not familiar. I mean, I am familiar with the general idea of the Orwellian, like, future idea. I'm not, like, a dum-dum, but, like, I've never actually sat down and, like, read it word for word. Anyway, so let's view this. And again, Renaissance Fairy shared this in our Discord server. If you become a member or a patron, you can get access to our Discord server. I will be posting a brand new Discord link to our server after this live stream. So if you just joined, do not fear. I will be posting it soon. But I have a specific channel in there in which you can share links for me to view, and I'm finally getting around to it. So this is something that Renaissance Fairy has shared. Thank you so much, Renaissance Fairy. Shout out to you. And this is only 7 minutes and 15 seconds long. Not familiar with this person. Very curious, and hopefully this works out. I don't know, some YouTube videos are really sensitive about claims and things like that, and some aren't, so we'll see. Hopefully this is not something that's sensitive. Let's watch. Let's try. If it gets mad, we'll stop immediately. Sorry.
For as long as I can remember, the right has always claimed to have a monopoly on freedom. They support freedom of speech, and the left does not. They support freedom for individuals, and the left does not. But none of this is true. Their version of freedom is a bastardized Orwellian version of freedom that doesn't actually mean freedom for anyone who isn't part of their political tribe. And
yeah. No, right off the bat, that's true. Their idea of freedom is, I don't know, in my opinion, literally hell. Literally hell. By the way, if I don't know who else who has seen The Boys, but I've been watching binging the whole series. Like, I know it's like really late after it's been released, but I've been binging the whole Boys series, and god damn, it is good. It's really dark, it's really spicy, beware, but holy shit, it scarily highlights a lot of interesting political issues going on in the world.
Tom Hartman wrote an interesting op-ed in Salon addressing this very issue titled, "Republicans and Billionaires Are Selling Americans a Deadly Caricature of Freedom. For decades, Republicans have owned the concept of freedom. What they're really pushing is suffering and death." Now, in this lengthy piece, he explains how for decades, Republicans and billionaires...
Suffering and death! I believe it. It's a nervous laugh.
Kind of set the parameters for freedom. What is and isn't freedom is defined by them, and most Americans have kind of just accepted that. But what he's going to advocate for is for all of us collectively to reject their Orwellian version of freedom. He writes, "For 40 years, Republicans have owned the word freedom to the point of inserting it in the names of their organizations and splashing it all over their ads right next to the AR-15s they love to pose with.
They are about that good old-fashioned American freedom. Yeehaw!
Back in the 1930s, wealthy right-wingers argued that Franklin D. Roosevelt's proposed Social Security program was a socialist plot to destroy America's freedom. Ronald Reagan made a similar argument in the early 1960s against Lyndon Johnson's Great Society proposal to start a single-payer healthcare system for seniors called Medicare. Quote, "If Medicare passes into law, the consequences will be dire beyond imagining," Reagan said. "One of these days, you and I are going to spend our sunset years telling our children and our children..."
Hold on. There's the tiniest little bug on my... You're gonna get roasted. It's hot. No. Live. There's the tiniest little fly on my laptop, and it landed on the hot part, and now I think it's cooked. Oh. Well, may your next incarnation be more evolved. Damn it. We had a monad pass tonight on this stream. Let us all bear respect to the tiny little fly that landed on the hot part of my laptop and fucking cooked itself to death. May Abraxas carry his soul to the next incarnation. May he evolve beyond his form now. Anyways, continuing.
Children what it was once like in America before Medicare, when men were free. For the last 40 years, Republicans and their billionaire owners have used a massive media campaign to tell us that democratic socialist programs like unemployment insurance, Social Security, and the minimum wage diminish Americans' freedom. They argued a decade ago that Obamacare was a direct assault on our freedom. So basically...
I know. Exploring the holo is good to see you anyways. I know, right? Sad. It literally just it just landed on the hot part of my laptop and just I shouldn't laugh. That's not funny. Sorry. Poor monad.
In every
it still exists. It still exists. It's fine.
instance, when our country actually tried to do something good for its people, the Republican Party, they framed that as an attack on freedom.
Good night, Cassie. Love you. Good night.
And people largely went along with it until later on, they found out that, oh, that wasn't actually an attack on freedom. Social Security didn't take away freedom. It expanded freedom. Medicare didn't take away freedom. It expanded our freedom. And
heretical response. That's not okay. May he come back as a Tesla.
Flawed as the Affordable Care Act was, this wasn't necessarily an attack on freedom so much as it was giving people the freedom to have more options to secure health care. So every single time they talk about freedom, there's no meaning there. There's no value behind that word. It's just a buzzword when it shouldn't be a buzzword. Freedom is a word with real meaning.
Okay, I'm sorry about the fly. Laura says, "Dang, Jan, I didn't know you were giving classes on cooking monads." Okay, leave me alone, y'all.
And we shouldn't let them define it. And it's not just Republicans, as Tom Hartman argued. It's also billionaires. Think about the way that Elon Musk, for example, has defined freedom of speech when he doesn't actually know about the First Amendment, nor does he care about freedom of speech. Really, freedom of speech, according to him, is just his tribe doesn't get censored from social media. But when it comes to left-wing voices, well, he's censored.
It's more specific than that. It's the right wing gets to be racist on social media. Let's just call it as it is, okay? This isn't like freedom of speech as in they're saying something profound that's being censored. It's racist, or it's sexist, or it's transphobic. Transphobia is something I've been dealing a lot with lately as a trans person. It's just, that's the kind of roundabout of like, oh, freedom of speech. It's like, no, you just want freedom to say racist, sexist, like transphobic, horrible shit.
Them. So it's a case of freedom for me and my team and not thee. But the left has got to start taking back freedom and this whole notion of freedom, because this authoritarian fascistic party and the billionaires who own them, they do not hold a monopoly on freedom. Conversely, they are threats to freedom. Think about the way that Ron DeSantis restricted the freedom of school teachers who are LGBTQ+. Some districts were instructed to take down photographs of their same-sex partner. In the state of Texas, if you have a trans child, the government is literally telling you that they are going to investigate you as a child abuser if you seek out gender-affirming care for them. Currently, we have the freedom to die
That's sick. That's a very serious problem that's happening. Is parents that are perfectly supportive of their trans children and giving them the health care that they need and being supportive of them, shit like that, are being treated as abusers when they are absolutely the opposite of that. Monad pie, monad flam bleu. Okay, monad a la mode. Monad a la mode.
If we get sick and don't have health insurance, and even if we do have health insurance in some instances, if we can't afford the deductible, and every time the subject of single payer Medicare for all comes up, there's always fear mongering about this socialist boogeyman and how freedom is under attack. When no, we need to reject that unequivocally, and we need to define freedom. We need to take back freedom. So when I talk about LGBTQ plus rights, when I talk about socialism, I am talking about it in terms of freedom explicitly. So I say my position, unlike Ron DeSantis' position, is the pro-freedom position. I support autonomy.
I don't align with socialism completely. I have some words about that. That's something we'll have to explore in the future.
For LGBTQ plus people, I support parental rights and them having the ability to do what they feel is appropriate for their child. And Tom Hartman goes on to define freedom and how the left needs to start talking about freedom. Back in 1933, Franklin Roosevelt, in his inaugural address, pointed out that a necessitous man is not a free man. If you're unconscious and on a ventilator because the right-wing media machine told you getting vaccinated was for wimps, you're not free. If you're hungry and can't buy food for your family, you're not free. If you're afraid every day that your child may not come home from school because the GOP has saturated the nation with assault weapons, you're not free. If your landlord threw you out on the street and you're homeless because you lost your job and can't afford to pay rent, you're not free. If you're pregnant and afraid of being thrown in jail, you're not free. If you're queer in an America where Republican politicians use hate as a political lever, you're not free. If you're sick and afraid to go to the hospital because you know the bills will leave you broke and homeless, you're not free. If you need to go to college or trade school to get a better life but can't afford it, you're not free. And he's exactly correct about that. We are the ones who are actually in favor of freedom. Not these billionaires, not these Republican politicians, but us. They've stolen the word freedom and they're using it for authoritarian and Orwellian purposes in order to sell people on their own oppression. And I think that it is time for us rhetorically to adopt freedom. So when we talk about abortion, we are talking about an issue that fundamentally comes down to freedom for women. When we talk about trans rights, we are fundamentally talking about a pro-freedom issue. We are taking the pro-freedom stance. So do not allow them to take this word and co-opt it any longer. Freedom is about the ways in which we live our lives. If we don't have the opportunity to thrive, we are not truly free. So this article by Tom Hartman is great. It's very lengthy. I know we read quite a bit of it, but I would encourage you to read the whole thing because I think he makes a very powerful case as to why we rhetorically, as a collective political group, need to get better at selling people on freedom. Because so long as we don't take back freedom, then we're allowing Republicans and their billionaire owners to define it and claim that we're against freedom when that's not.
Okay, but here's the thing. Democrats are very ritually controlled. That's my problem with the Democratic area is like they're very much controlled by capitalism, corporations, and their own investments. It's not just the right.
True.
But that was good. That was good. I mean, I like where that went about the idea of freedom. Anyways, if you want to know more about Elon Musk and why he's a major piece of shit, look up corporate casket Illuminati. The Illuminati Elon Musk. Did I spell it wrong? here it is.
And today we're going to...
So, there is a YouTube channel called Illuminati, and it's spelled with double I's at each end. And it's narrated by this gal who's very intelligent, and she appears in the shape of a little, is this character that's got a purple sweater and a triangle head. And everything I've seen on this channel is super good. But the way she breaks down things is very good too. And I really highly suggest you watch what she says about Elon Musk and Tesla's many missteps. And it's a series she does called The Corporate Casket. I have watched this several times, actually, because it's so good. And it really brings to light how Elon Musk is definitely not the ethical, lovable, self-made billionaire that you would think he is, that he wants you to think he is. So I really suggest doing that. But anyways, so that's that, my friends. We are at the end of our live stream. Thank you so much for coming. Let's see, what time is it? 8? Oh, yeah. Good enough. Good enough. So, thank you all for coming tonight, my friends. Thank you so much for the new members. I really appreciate that. We're going to have members-only live streams coming up here soon, potentially on Sundays. And thank you so much for our moderators who came by to keep our chat room safe. It was a very chill stream. It's been very troll-free recently, and I gotta say I love that. I'm sure they will rise up again, and I mean trolls of all kinds. Christian trolls, whatever, religious trolls, trolls that hate trans people, that's gonna come up a lot. But it's been very chill, and I appreciate that, so nice to hang out with people and just like read up on stuff and catch up on stuff and think about stuff and have a good talk about stuff. Let's get together on Friday. Friday is Friday Night Chat. We're gonna be scouring the internet and YouTube for more ridiculous religious videos that we can pull and pick apart for a little bit of therapeutic blasphemy. Anyways, good to see you exploring the Holos. Thank you so much for coming. Laura LaFleur, thank you so much for coming. And Laura LaFleur, also thank you so much for helping me out on the back end of things. Laura LaFleur has volunteered some time to help me out with a couple of things, managing the channel. And let's see, Stoic Jeff, thank you so much. Imaginista, thank you so much for coming. Philip, Mark, Cassie, Susan, love you. Thank you so much for coming. Tyler, Heretical Response, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for becoming a member, and I will help you out with the Discord link. I think I'll just go ahead. I think I know that you're in the Citadel. I'll just go ahead and add you to the Mindful Monad Discord server, so don't you worry, honey. You just keep your pants on a little bit. I'll get you taken care of, okay? Alright. Imaginista, good to see you. Let's see. Oh, and for everybody that's on the replay, please like the live stream, share it, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the replay and stuff like that. Ontology Dragon! Oh, I didn't even see you. Good to see you. And yeah, I think that's it. That's it, my friends. Thank you so much for coming. We'll see you on Friday, okay? And if you are all at Morg's live stream tomorrow, I will see you in the chat room. Okay? Okay. All right. Love you all. Take care. We'll see you next time.